Yes, and you notice that as you are walking through the door, you can kind of see within the lining that it probably would have let out a smoke screen of some sort.
I put gum in there.
You put gum in there. Okay.
I go, take it out of my mouth, put it on the thing.
What flavor gum was it?
Mm-hmm. Not eel.
So it was cap
fancy gum.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
One of the two flavors of this place. Cap or
cap gum.
eel.
Brown or other brown. So you walk into this room and you see before you like essentially an alchemist's lab. You see all kinds of vials and tools and things scattered about everywhere. There's a lot to take in, lots of, gadgets and gizmos, aplenty. And you see at the end of the galley, there is clearly a safe. And over on kind of the table in front of you, there is this weird, it kind of looks like corroded metal or like bronze or something like that that's like patinaed heavily. But it's a shape that's kind of amorphous. You can't really tell what it is. But Enna, you see that that's the thing that you sensed earlier. Okay. Additionally, on the table, there is a piece of paper, and there are, like I said, a whole bunch of different herbs and liquids and all kinds of things, some ectoplasm and whatnot. At another table, you see all kinds of tinkering tools that look like they're for spark craft, which you would know that's like making any kinds of like gadgets and whatnot. This is a pretty expensive operation, whatever this place is. And you would at this point definitely realize that, this is the home of Owen McCallan, the alchemist for the Crows. This is his houseboat. There's a small cot in the corner.
Let's throw a houseboat party.
Yeah.
Can I look over his obviously his setup and try to determine what he was making? Like go through his notes and stuff like that?
Sure. So you want to read the note? Mm-hmm. So yeah, the note on the table says, hold on. It's just a couple of words. It says, "For Bell, he remains." That's it.
What sort of potions and stuff is he making out here? Can I determine what he has, or is just a bunch of ingredients?
Yeah, you would recognize that there's a lot. First and foremost, you see a lot of stuff in there that's benign. So you can tell, because of your expertise, that this is the kind of stuff that would do nothing. But then intermixed with a lot of these ingredients, you see a handful of them that are highly corrosive. Okay. Yeah.
Does any of these things... Sorry, one more time. Is any of these still match the corrosive, or not the corrosive, but the poison that we found on his cup?
No, they would not.
Okay.
Just want to go back to what you said about "For Bell, he remains." Is that FORBELLE, like for somebody named Bell, or is that for the number Bell?
FOR. So for someone.
So for somebody named Bell. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to study the amorphous blob with the fly to determine if there is any sort of, now that I can physically see this, if there's any sort of connection that I can figure out.
Yep. Go for an attune.
Go for an attune? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, 4.
Okay, yeah. You you pick it up, trying to kind of make something of it, and as you're kind of staring at it and staring at the fly and kind of comparing them and whatnot like that, it vibrates a little bit and falls out of your hand and hits the table.
Ooh. Okay.
And makes a pretty loud bang when it does that.
Oh no. No, the amorphous blob. That's patinaed.
The patinaed blob.
Was that enough to...
It did it by itself. It wasn't me.
Same thing happened to me with that hand.
I know.
Does it alert the guards?
There is a timer that has increased in its number.
Okay.
Question. So, with all of the alchemist accoutrement that's spread around this place, is there any way of determining how long it's been since Owen's been here? Is there anything that's still hot? Is there anything that would indicate that Owen has recently been here or that he's been away for a while?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe, what would you want to roll for that?
Can I do study?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
6, baby.
Okay, yeah, you look around and you see, like I said, remember there was like a little cot over there in the corner. You definitely see that the sheets are kind of like all pulled back and disheveled and whatnot, which wouldn't necessarily tell you anything, but there is also a little mug of tea sitting there, and you actually can see just the slightest bit of steam coming off of that tea.
Yeah. Owen has been here fairly recently, or still here.
Yeah,
Good point.
Could be still here.
Can I proceed to prowl and see if I could figure out if he's here, and if so, where?
Okay. So in this room, you can see everything. So if you were going to try,
is this just one? Because like,
it's one long galley room. It's basically the bottom of the boat.
The entire boat is just one giant room.
Yep.
Okay.
And then there's the upstairs, which had like the what do you call that? Because they're not a pilot. What are they? Captain's quarters. Where the anyway.
Right.
I don't know.
They steer the ship.
Where they steer the ship.
Yeah.
The steer place.
The steer palace.
The place with the steering wheel.
It's not the steerage.
The steer palace. Right? Shouldn't it be called the steerage though? That's okay. But anyway, is it possible just to poke my head up there and just see?
Yeah, you can pop back up. You can
put
look
my
around
ear
the rest
to
of the boat upstairs and whatnot. Yeah, if you want to. Go for it.
So while Talker's doing that, I want to understand what this fly is and where it goes.
So real quick, Talker, you want to roll for that for your prowl?
If I need to, well, like, do I need to prowl, like, knowing that the boat is just one big boat? Because I was
you don't
need to go room to room. Okay.
No, you don't necessarily.
I'll prowl just to be on the safe side,
okay.
Because why the heck not 5,
Okay, yeah. I mean, so you go back up to the top, and you're like Kronk in Emperor's New Groove, like and like sneaking around up there, and you don't see anyone around. Okay. You don't see. It seems like there is no one else on this boat except for the 3 of y'all.
Okay,
sweet,
good to know.
Mm-hmm.
And I relay that information to the 2 of you guys, just hey, just so you know, we're all alone here, so do what you want to do.
We can take what we want.
Get comfortable.
I'd like to get back to Wester.
Yes.
You notice that some more blue coats have started to congregate. So more of them are coming to the docks. You see like a little more kind of like conversation. You don't see Lawrence. You don't see any of them that you would know, but you definitely see some who are like a little bit higher ranking by the patches that you see on their coats. So certainly seems like there's a little more activity going on now.
Do I see them talking to anyone that's not a blue coat? Or is it just blue coats?
You just see blue coats.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess the only other thing that I'd like to know is, so this boat, let's say it's on one side of a dock. On the opposite side of the same dock, is there anything like a gas can or a refueling station or something like that?
Okay. Do you want to do like a survey or a study or something?
I'd like to do a survey.
Okay.
It's a 4.
Okay. I mean, as you know, you're looking around, and as is always the case, there are some. They're essentially like power stations. These little like kind of like transformer type deals that kind of house the energy that's being used to power everything in like the local region.
Right.
So, you can see one kind of at the end of the dock. There's one of these relay stations, every couple of blocks.
Okay.
That it's not going to be the biggest boom, but it would certainly, it could cause a distraction of sorts. Yeah.
Okay. That's all. I don't want to take action on that yet. I just want to find something. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Back to the boat. Jazzy,
I want to know about this fly and where to put it.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out, but
I don't know why this popped in my head, but I'm just IT crowd is like the tiger behind my fly.
What?
And it's just that dead fly. It's from IT crowd. Price understands it, but that just popped in my head. I want to know what the hell this goes to.
We gotta figure that out.
Yeah, how do you want to try to figure that out?
Didn't you say that there was a ghostly residue that corresponds to something else?
Yeah, on the amorphous blob, the patinaed blob.
So this probably corresponds to that. So I'd like to see if I could can I put the fly on there? Will it change something? Will it react to it?
Will it?
Yeah, I mean, like Enna did, kind of in attuning and examining, it seems like these things are linked to one another. And when Enna kind of held it up, it kind of vibrated and fell. Okay. I would say that, you recognize on the table a lot of the ingredients. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
All right, then I want to steal the amorphous blob and a couple other things for later study. I pocket it all.
Okay.
I pocket a couple of things, but I also pocket that.
So it's pretty. I mean, it's about this big. So pocketing is a relative term. Okay. So as you pick it up and kind of try and move it into your bag. Mm-hmm. It starts to vibrate and it falls and hits the ground again, making a loud noise. And it kind of starts to vibrate a lot more and kind of is gravitating back towards the table again.
I don't think it wants to come with you. I think it likes being here.
Can I study the table? Is there anything on the table that's keeping it there? I look underneath the table to see if there's nothing at all.
Yep. Don't see anything.
How big is this table?
It's just I don't know. 8 feet long by 3 feet, something like that.
All right. There's a bunch of corrosive stuff on this table, right? There's corrosive. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that was a huge firework. All right. I would like to use, since I know how to do some alchemy, I want to create an acid, a corrosive acid.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make I'm gonna burn around the item. I'm basically going to cut a hole through this table using the acid to basically take from the spot that it's at.
Okay. Roll, is that Tinker? Would that be what you use for your alchemy? Okay. It's like Underworld. You shot bullets around you so the floor could fall out.
Yep.
I know you saw that recently.
That's a 5.
A 5? Okay, so as you're pouring, you pour the acid on. You take a bunch of these ingredients, the ones that are not inert. You mix them together and create a powerful corrosive agent that you're familiar with. Mm-hmm. You go to pour it all around the amorphous blob, and as you do, you kind of spill a couple of the drops on the on the blob itself, and it starts to kind of eat away at the patina of the object. Okay. And you actually see that it's dissolving a lot of the metal. And you look into this little kind of hole that the drop has created, and you can see that there's something else inside there where the acid stopped.
Do we need to pour more acid on the thing?
Acid.
I mean,
Also, the table is smoking.
I open a window. I just prop open one of the windows.
Okay.
Hold on. Just really quickly, do we want smoke flowing out of the boat and being seen by these blue coats down there?
You know what?
Opening the...
Here's my plan. I'm going to continue what I'm doing. I start chipping away at the table, and I'm going to take this with us.
Here's my plan.
I'm
just doing my thing.
I'm finishing it.
Yeah.
I'm finishing it. I start like chipping at the acid. Basically, I'm trying to get this off so that we could get the hell off this boat with this item.
So you're trying to chip the table away?
Well, around the acid area.
Okay.
Around the line of acid. I'm basically, it's attached to the table. I'm taking a piece of the table with me.
Okay.
Did we?
Real quick. And what are you saying?
I was going to ask, did we officially make the connection between the stuff that we have here that this is the same poison, or are we still trying to find, like...
It's definitely not.
It's definitely not. Okay.
The same poison.
Then we should just leave? I mean, we don't really...
The thing is, the note we got from Effer said, this belongs to Owen, this being the fly, I would imagine. Like, it seemed like we need to return this to Owen. We still don't know what the fly does, and now we're stealing things from Owen when I thought we should be bringing things back to the guy.
Are we not thieves?
No,
when we need to.
One of the things we do, but we do a lot of things. We thieve when we need to, but it seems like now we need to be doing the opposite of thieving, which is giving things back. I just don't know if we should be stealing things now, and now there's smoke and his table's ruined. I feel like we're kind of off base at this point.
I'm finishing what I'm starting. I'm still chipping away at this thing.
Let
me know when this does it.
Yeah, roll like a skirmish, I think, or a wreck. Wreck makes a lot of sense for that.
Yeah, I have one in wreck.
All right.
Oh, that was a 4.
Okay. So you start smashing into this table, trying to punch this hole into it.
It's half
so just so you know, Wester, you can hear that.
Okay.
So you're smashing this table and it's like echoing. It's making so much noise. But you're able to punch a hole all the way through that table. And as you do, the table, that last kind of hit, the table kind of shakes, and the bottle of the corrosive agent that you had on the edge of it falls over and spills all over.
Oh no, we gotta go.
The thing,
the blob,
as well as the floor, the boat that you're in. So
I'm fine with this.
It starts eating away at the patinaed metal, and you can actually see that it reveals inside of it, as more of it goes away, that there is some kind of little metal object inside of it that looks a little bit different. As more of the metal kind of melts away, and as drops of the acid have started to melt tiny little holes in the bottom of this boat, you hear a ribbiting sound.
Oh.
Just like a croaking.
Is it a metal frog?
Does it need a kiss?
And it kind of like looks up out of the
it's hungry
little thing, and you can see that this is much like the goose that you saw earlier. This is a whole frog, and the whole frog, it's not fully freed yet, so it's just kind of sitting there, kind of like sticking its head out, and a voice comes out of it, and it's a recording, and it says, "You have entered the home of Owen McCallan. Show that you are friend or be removed."
I pull out the fly.
Yeah, we give it the fly.
As soon as you pull out that fly, like a chain link, like extending tongue, kind of like launches out and grabs it. It's got like a little hand on the end of it, and it grabs the fly and pulls it into the frog's mouth. As soon as that happens, the head of the frog kind of opens up, and a little like kind of phonograph kind of thing pops out, like a little mini like record kind of deal on it, and starts playing a soundbite. "If you are hearing this message, then I am either on the run or have also met my demise. Rorik, in his infinite wisdom, had decided it would be smart to have a backup plan in the case of his untimely demise. This would be in the form of a hull that I had manufactured for him, which his spirit could be stored in to continue to influence the crows beyond his death. A noble sacrifice, he said. We would plan his death, and I would be present to place his spirit inside the hull. This plan, however, came to a premature end. While I had installed a spirit-catching charm beneath his bed, I was unable to enter his room before it was blocked to me. I now suspect that he was killed prematurely, and that I, too, am a target of whoever killed Rorik. The only way to know the truth will be to complete the ritual. Take the hull in my safe and unite it with the spirit charm of Rorik. Anything of Rorik's with any value would likely be in the possession of Bel Tambo, Rorik's right hand and best friend. Best of luck. And hopefully I am alive to thank you once you've sorted this out. Owen McCallum.
All right, let's.
The frog thing leaps out of the metal into the out the window that you had opened earlier and into the channel.
Well, this is kind of a good news, bad news situation.
Well, we
news,
should
obviously.
go now.
Well, we should take
Good
the
news, though.
metal.
Owen's not around to be upset about all the damage you've done to his table and floor, and the real possibility that this boat is going to sink.
That's fine.
So that was a real concern of mine, is that he was going to come through the door any moment. Then we'd have to explain ourselves. And it would be
We should
very
take this
awkward.
time while you're telling us this to get the metal out of the safe. Can you open a lock?
I could probably bust a lock open.
So, before you do that, let's cut back to Wester.
Yes.
Wester, you now see that the blue coats are about to descend upon the boat that has been making all of this noise, that has smoke billowing out of it.
Okay.
Definitely something's going on, and so you can see them running. You also see on the water several blue coat boats also heading upriver
Oh no.
towards where they are.
Really? Okay.
Yes. You know that they're blue coat boats because they have little lights with mirrors that do this thing.
Okay. In that case, so there's like three blue coat boats, and then like the 8 or so people that were on the dock walking down the dock.
Yes.
Okay. Well, first I would like to shoot that electrical power transformer thing.
Okay.
And hope anyway that causes at least a stopping distraction for the people on the dock.
Okay.
So
how do you want to go about doing that?
I guess first I have a long rifle, and I need to know if the distance for this would be a normal distance for a long rifle, or would it be above a normal distance?
I mean, it would be a normal distance. Yeah,
Okay.
you're within a safe distance for that.
All right. Then, in that case, I would like to, I think, use my finesse to try to accurately hit the
Okay.
transformer.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
That is a 4.
Okay. Yeah, you fire a shot. You do hit the transformer. And it takes a couple seconds before it explodes. And, it creates a bunch of sparks, a bunch of noise, and you actually see maybe like a spirit or two kind of like out of it. And several of the blue coats notice that and look, they run over in that direction. One of the blue coats, however, heard you fire a shot and looked in your direction.
Sure.
And so they saw you. So you might need to beat feet.
Yeah, so I would like to, I guess, also take that time to, if I'm looking down at the dock from like, say, the north side, I'd like to try to repossession to still be looking down at the dock, but, from the south side of it, or something like that, if that makes sense.
So you want to, escape and then get into another position.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me how you do it and what you want to do it.
So, from what I understand, I'm sort of right where this light, this row of lights went down onto the docks somewhere, and
Yes.
so I take it that I'm at least a distance away from the entrance itself, which the guards would have to exit from to find me. So in that case, I would like to walk away from my position, and I guess walk into the streets of the docks, and then take a few turns around the streets before I approach the pier again and approach it from the opposite side of it.
And so are you trying to be seen, or are you trying not to be seen?
I'm trying not to be, well, I don't care about being seen once I enter the streets, but in my imagining anyway, if I'm just standing up and walking away from this strip of lights, I still think that it would take the guards some time, at least in how I envision this, before they can
it'll
get
take
to
a minute
me.
to get there. Well, and you're kind of up on a roof, right? And so you're going to have to like come down and then out. And so if they don't go the same way you go, then yeah, you could maybe achieve what you're trying to do, which is you're trying to make a clean getaway and then come from a different angle as if you're some other person.
Right.
What do you want to roll on that then? Is that going to be like a prowl? Is that going to be a
That'll be a prowl.
finesse?
Yeah, that'll be a prowl.
Okay.
All right. 5.
5. Okay. So yeah, you are able to kind of head over to the side. There's like a pole kind of thing that you can slide down in order to get off of the roof quickly. And you, as you're heading around the corner, you can hear them. You can hear the footsteps like just around the other side, but you're able to just narrowly get around to get away. So you are not seen. You don't raise any alarms. You succeed in what you're trying to do. So you're trying to now approach as if you're someone else, as if you're some person.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily trying to approach the bluecoats themselves. I'm trying to approach near the pier, perhaps on another rooftop or something, so I can get an angle on the pier again, but from a different side.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to say that that's going to take you a little bit of time to go find yourself a new position. But because you succeeded, we'll say that you're able to do that. But let's cut back to the people in the boat.
Okay.
So you guys now know that the alarm has been raised. You can hear people yelling outside. You hear the sirens. You know the drill. You know they got police boats. You know how this could go. What you going to do?
We gotta get rid of
the safe.
Yeah.
Is the thing in the safe what's the note alluded to? The 4 bell? Is that the... Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I
quickly wrote everything down.
I have burglary gear, which I would imagine there's a lockpick in there.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to pick the lock.
Okay.
Do I need to even roll for that if I have burglary gear with me?
I think the burglary gear gives you a +1, but you're doing essentially a finesse, I would say, probably.
Okay.
Unless you have something else that you think is better for it, like a tinker or
I rolled a
wreck
6,
even.
so finesse will work.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to, under the pressure of all of this stuff descending upon you, you find a center and you are able to pick that lock. And as you open it up, there is a sort of like a paper wrapped, heavy object inside of there, and just a note that says 4 bell on it.
Okay. Yeah. Heavy paper wrapped. Okay, I mean, I'll unwrap it later. I put it into my sack. I'm like, all right, we're good. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
How are you
Let's
getting
get back
out?
on the boat.
We can go on our little boat.
I wanted to ask about this though as well. Is there something wrong with the water that we can't swim in it?
Oh, that's
Yes.
a good point.
It's a risk. Sea demons are in the water. The lightning protective barrier cannot go into the water, and so the water is pretty dangerous. Especially in this district. You guys know it's fairly haunted in the region. You could do it. People don't. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's
That's good to know. I just wanted to, I wanted to ask that because when we were doing boat debates, I was like, could we have just swam? Okay. How far is your boat from our boat that we're currently on?
Our boat is like hiding behind the boat. I figured we pulled up our boat.
Let's do it.
Up onto the side of the boat and climbed in. So
wait. If 2 came and 3 leave, can it sustain 3?
We might have to swim like 10 yards.
Did we get flex tape? Right. Do you have the potion? Can we repair this?
Didn't we do it before we got in?
I don't know. Did we?
Flashback.
I don't remember you. Oh,
flashback.
Okay, you're flashback. Okay. All right. Flashback. You're in the boat,
utilize
you're
it.
finessing your way through here. And you're rowing. You are handed the other oar by Jazzy. But as you're finessing your way through here, Jazzy, what are you doing?
I'm using this binding oil to basically. I have like strips of like basically like a treated leather, like a waterproof leather, and I'm cutting into strips, and I'm using the binding oil to patch up any like water that seeps through.
Okay, so you're just like, as you're going along, you're just like placing patches. All right, roll something for me.
All right, I guess I'll be Tinker.
Okay.
Ooh, 4.
Okay.
That's tough.
Yeah, it feels like you were able to solve some of those problems. Some of them not as well. There's like bubbles forming of water kind of like building up behind the leather, but it's holding.
If I recalculate my boat math with the patches that we've done, I think we can make a reverse trip with the 3 of us.
I like the cut forward too. If my calculations are correct on boat math.
Look, who am I to question your boat math? Let's go.
Okay.
Get in the boat.
So y'all hop in.
As we're leaving, I take my gun back and I close the door. So hopefully anything that tries to go in triggers the trap.
Okay. So yeah, as you guys are getting to the top of the boat to get over the side of the boat, you see blue coats yonder. I mean, they are coming. They see you, and they're like, "Hey, stop there! What are you doing? Get off that boat!" And you guys you jump over the edge into your little boat, and you're trying to row away. Okay. Behind you on the ocean, or in the water, are 3 police boats. As you're rowing along the shore trying to get away, there's these 3 big old police boats, the blue coat boats, and they're gaining on you.
Wesker!
Can I roll a finesse to try and like see if I can use my finesse to outmaneuver these police boats? Oh nope, that's double ones.
Oh, couldn't get worse.
Okay, well I took a bunch of
ones.
I rolled snake eyes. I'm a good gambler though.
It's true.
Are you?
I took a lot of stuff from in there. Can I use like something that I grabbed?
Well, first, as you're rowing, you're kind of a little over eager. You're really trying to get it going, and you snap both of the oars. They were already kind of falling apart a little bit to begin with, but you just got too excited. I
didn't carry the one correctly. I'm sorry.
So you're
my oar math.
Now them blue coats are definitely closing on you. I guess I should say this is a new timer, by the way. Are you going to get caught timer? And those ones didn't help. Okay.
How many blue coats seem to be on each blue coat boat?
Probably like 2, 3. Little like, it's like one on the spotlight and one kind of on the thing, and then maybe one on like a gunnery spot or something like that.
How are I'm assuming the blue coat boats are powered?
Yes.
Yeah.
Essence boats. So, and that, just for my own clarification, that's the same type of power as the Transformer, where it's like powered by ghosts? Yes.
Okay. I'd like to... am I back in position?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to load up my long rifle with my electroplasmitic ammunition.
Okay.
My whole thing seems to be about ghost hunting, so...
Convenient.
And so I'd like to take aim at where the engine area would be on the boat that is the blue coat boat that is closest to these guys.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I think you're gonna probably want to finesse that one again.
I'm gonna finesse that one again. That is a 2.
A 2? Okay. You fire your electroplasmic shot. It hits like the water in front of the boat.
Yeah.
And it makes like kind of like a pretty impressive like water spray. And like a couple little like zzz kind of up in there. one of the blue coats that's on that boat kind of like gets startled by it, goes like, whoa, and like falls over the edge into the water. But they don't seem to be deterred in any way. Also, some of the water from that spout shoots up into y'all's boat.
Oh, good.
And so now there's also a couple of eels kind of flopping around in the boat with you, causing you a little bit of distraction. So yeah, that didn't help too much.
Okay. So
they're gaining on you.
they're gaining on us. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. This is going to be. We're gonna add more smoke to this. So I pull out of my pack, like a little vial of Leviathan blood, and I take a little heat source to it, and I start heating it up, and I put it at the edge of the boat where the cops are chasing at us, and it starts to basically create like smoke, and I start like with the small fan waving it back at them. So this is called a skull fire potion. It's toxic fumes from overly heated Leviathan blood causes incapacitating migraines.
Okay.
So basically, I'm going to give them a really bad migraine as we're trying to get away.
Okay, how are you going to roll that one?
Tinker, because it is a potion. Ooh, 4.
A 4? Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you start this little fire thing on your boat and you're waving it at them, but there is a crosswind that's kind of coming through. So the fumes, they head out, and again, there's like on the boat that's closest to you, the guy in the front of it, you see him just like grab his head and just like, ah, and then he falls off the boat as well. Was that
the same boat that the other guy fell off of?
No, different boat. Different boat. Because that was the one kind of like behind y'all, or behind that one. So like they're in like a triangle pattern. Right side, that guy out. Now in the front boat, that guy out. There's still a captain behind that one. There's still 2 people on the other boat. So they're still coming at you because the fumes now, they kind of blow over and across the top of the kind of like captain's kind of little thing. How much smoke does something like that create?
It doesn't say. It just says toxic fumes from overly heated Leviathan blood causes incapacitating migraines.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm just waving it around. I'm like, could we use this opportunity to like jump onto one of the passing ships and commandeer that one?
How close is the closest boat to them?
Apparently close enough for one of the people to like induce like to smell the flames.
Yeah, I'd say that it's probably within like 10 feet.
Okay.
And they're coming at us, right?
Yeah, because you guys have no propulsion at this point, right?
You're sort of like skating slowly.
Are we okay waiting for this one to catch up and then just commandeering it and getting away?
How many people are left on that boat?
1.
3 against 1. Let's overpower it.
I'd like to switch back to my normal ammunition and take a crack at him.
You're trying to shoot the guy.
Yep.
All right. Do another finesse.
Yep.
All right.
Actually, no. This one will be a hunt roll.
Okay.
Look at you, Mr.
Okay, because you're targeting a specific individual. Do you get any bonuses or anything for that?
No, I just have 1 more point into hunt.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Go for it.
Ash!
It's double
Ash.
snake. It's snake eyes.
Snake eyes?
Yeah.
No.
This is Ash's first kill.
No, it is not, Jasmine. This is not Ash's first kill. I got
He's
snake
in the
eyes.
military.
Goodness, he got snake eyes. Okay. So
Can I retroactively stress myself, or is it too late for that?
you can take a devil's bargain.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a devil's bargain.
Yeah. So
Push yourself,
what's the
take
bargain?
on 2 stress, and then okay, that's right.
Or accept a devil's bargain.
Yeah. And so devil's bargain. Remind me, I need to like say.
Give me 1 second. It's like you basically you got to come up with like a reason why you're getting the extra.
Okay.
Hold on. So, hold on, just kind of like, all right. Offering of a devil's bargain. Think of a fun complication or reckless decision. Offer them the bonus die in exchange. If you don't have a good idea, ask the other players. You can offer the devil's die in exchange for heat. There are always unseen witnesses lurking about in Doskvol. So you can take extra heat, or you can come up with a reason for why you're able to do some kind of devilish action. Let me see where the specifics are, though, on this.
Like, I'm not sure if this would be something...
a complication, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this would be something that's allowed, but, like, I haven't used my special ability yet, and my special ability allows me to rapid fire my weapon.
Okay. So here, let me read the devil's bargain thing first, and then we can decide. So, PCs and blades are reckless scoundrels addicted to destructive vices. They don't always act in their own best interest. To reflect this, the GM or any other player can offer you a bonus die if you accept a devil's bargain. Common devil's bargains include collateral damage or unintended harm, sacrifice coin or an item, betray a friend or loved one, offend or anger a faction, start and or tick a troublesome clock, add heat to the crew from evidence or witnesses, or suffer harm. So, I
feel like we're already pretty angry with the blue coats.
You get to decide, right, at the end of the thing, but, like, I would vote that, like, I'm trying to kill this guy, so I'm offending the blue coats pretty badly if I do that.
Okay, so, maybe... So we'll say this. Maybe as you're going to take this shot, a blue coat has gotten onto the roof with you. Okay. Right? They've just come up on the other side of the roof. They're like climbing up. They're trying to get over. So they're looking at you as you're lining up this second shot.
Okay.
So you're going to have to make the decision on if you bail or if you're willing to say, like, this blue coat is going to watch me assassinate another blue coat.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll accept that devil's bargain. And
okay.
Yep. I'm going.
So you will likely suffer harm from this because this blue coat's running at you.
Okay. Okay. I'm rolling.
Okay.
That's a 4.
All right. You take the shot. Take the shot. And
keep the hostage.
Yeah, you hit your target. All right. He's knocked backwards. The boat kind of veers a little bit. And so one of the other boats has to kind of like slow down in its way. So actually the boats, you kind of like have taken that timer down a little bit. As you're doing that though, this blue coat is charging at you. Okay. And he grabs your gun and smacks it up into your face. Ooh. So you're going to take some physical damage from that.
Okay.
Now, this is one of those trauma situations, or not trauma, but is it trauma?
I thought it's you fill up the stress meter and then you gain trauma.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, they're different. It's like apples and oranges to a degree, because sometimes you can just directly take trauma, which I had said he was going to suffer harm. So maybe it's harm is the word I'm looking for.
I do see harm.
Yeah. There's like a healing harm. Wheel. Yeah, that you feel up,
and like a harm with 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, here we go. So trauma conditions are permanent. So let's see. When a PC marks the last stress box, they suffer a level of trauma. So I'm not looking for trauma. I'm looking for harm. So because basically it's like you getting an injury.
Right.
And so give me a second. No results. That's a lie. All right. I'm just going to look at your sheet.
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm looking for. It's the, harm. There's a level 3, a 2, or a 1. Mm-hmm. So here's what we're going to say. You're going to take a level 1 harm that is a broken nose.
Okay.
So you just got, boom, smacked right in your nose. So it's level 1. So for people who don't understand how the harm stuff works, we played other games that had systems like this, but basically you have only a certain number of slots for harm. If you fill up all of those slots, then you are going to suffer some pretty negative consequences. So if Ash takes another level 1, he's going to reduce an effect in something based on his harm. If he gets a level 2, he gets a -1d to something. And then if you take a level 3, then you need help. If you fill up all those boxes, then you are dead, essentially. Or you have to retire. It's one of those 2 things. Or you become a ghost. 3 things. So, yeah, you just got smacked in the nose. we will come back to your struggle in a second. Y'all, you have now seen that the two boats have careened into one another. The last boat is kind of still pursuing you, but the other two have kind of pulled over. So you just got one more boat on you. It's one of the further back ones, still descending upon you. And I'll also say at this point, you have figured out how to just take the ends of the oars and kind of use them. Okay,
Good.
So you're kind of moving still. Yeah.
Can I try something ridiculous?
Sure, of course.
I have a fine disguise kit.
Yes.
Can I disguise myself as a blue coat?
On the spot, in this boat, while multiple blue coats are looking at you.
Yes.
How are you going to do that?
There's smoke though. I'm banking on the smoke that Jasmine has used, obscuring their vision at the boat. They've just been chasing this smoke cloud, basically.
Okay.
I'm going to disguise myself as a blue coat. Let this one guy who's chasing us now come up to the boat, and I'm going to be like, "Don't worry, I've got this." It's going to be the old Star Wars, Han Solo is
Yeah.
He's got
I'm
Chewbacca
fine. How
in
are
the
you?
chain. Exactly. So we're gonna pull one of those maneuvers, all right? I'd like to try that.
Give it a shot. I'm going to tell you, if you fail this one, it's, you're dealing with migraine smoke. Let's just say that. Okay. Go for it.
What do I need to roll?
You pick. So, I mean, if you're...
I'm going sway, right?
If you want to roll, you're rolling for that whole interaction. Then we'll say it's a sway. Yeah.
I'm going sway. And I'm going to take 2 more harm. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 die here because I have a 2 in sway.
Or 2 stress. 2 stress, yeah. Okay.
2 stress, that's not me, sorry. And I've got a 6.
6? All right. So
Nice.
the smoke, there's a moment where maybe that last little bit of Leviathan blood was kind of resistant to the smoke for a little while. It was kind of maybe there was a bubble in there kind of preventing it from getting reached by the fire, but it got through. And so there's just a big billow of smoke, right as you rip your clothes off and throw this blue coat on. The 2 of you can roll for trauma later. So
I'm dead.
Yeah, after the smoke has dissipated, you are wearing a blue coat's outfit. And not only that, but you have essentially made it look like you have tied up the 2 of them, like you're taking them away. You're like, "Oh, I've got this. So guys pulling up in the boat behind you.
I say to the boat, I've been trying to hail you for the last 10 minutes to let you know I hid on their boat to catch them and bring them in. I'm with you, brother."
Oh, well, that is... Wow. My goodness. That is some eel pie on my hands.
Don't you feel silly? I mean, we'll be talking about this at the station for ages.
Yeah.
This is one for the books.
So on this last boat, is it just one person on this last boat?
Yeah, it's just this last guy. Yeah. So he's like, "All right, get him up on here. Let's go. Let's get out of here."
All right, and then as I walk past him, trance powder.
Trance powder?
Can we just kick him off the boat?
Yeah.
I mean, trance powder. Are you gonna do?
It's easier to do with trance powder. I guess.
You just pocket sanded him.
I throw the trance powder at him, and so trance powder, they're in a hypnotic state. And then I say, "Hey, why don't you go for a swim?"
Oh, looks delightful. And he just sort of does one of those fall over straight into the water.
Jeez.
All right.
And then I say I got us a new boat, and then we've now got the boat.
I step into the new boat.
All right. So y'all are now in control of this police boat. The other 2 police boats are back that way. They're dealing with their own stuff. Your little boat that you had for so long, you watch it as it slowly descends into the murk.
Goodbye, Madam Madan.
You're pulling around the channel and taking a turn, and you happen to actually be passing by where you see your good friend Wester up there kind of struggling as he's fighting against this blue coat who's got him.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
So, Wester, you want to do something? Do y'all want to do something to help? What's up? Okay.
I have a
knife.
blowgun.
You have a
Do
blowgun?
it.
That's part of my items.
Okay.
All right. Tinker that. All right. Let's see. What do I have that I could throw at him? I have a. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm trying to think of what I could do with this blow dart.
What do you do?
I've got a vial of mercury. Does that help? Can you put that in the blow dart?
What does the mercury do again? Is it the quicksilver?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. He could zone out.
So you're just going to try and
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
You know what? I want to take my last 2 stress because this is very important. I'm gonna add another die to this.
Hey, but if I'm assisting with the quicksilver, can I give you one
sure.
more?
Yeah. Take another one. Add another one to that.
Okay, so 4 was my
and I
highest
take
so far.
stress.
4 was still my highest.
Okay. So, you take out this blow dart and you hit that guy, and he sort of kind of has like a little bit like a. You can take advantage of that if you would like to, Wester.
So I'd like to take advantage of it by now seeing that he's, for some odd reason, suddenly like acting odd in front of me. I'd like to shove him off the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So roll either a skirmish or a wreck or a finesse, I guess, and take a +1 because of the inebriation.
If I can roll a finesse, I'll do that. And okay, when I do a +1, that adds a dice. Is that right? Or is it just I roll and then I get a +1 to the roll?
No. You add another dice.
Okay. 5.
5. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you turn around, you Wilhelm scream that guy off the side of the building. You okay there? Is that fireworks?
Yeah, it was a huge firework. It spooked me.
Whoa.
That was, could hear that one. So yeah, you push this guy off the side of the building. He falls into the water just in front of the boat, and you see them down below you. Like
I frantically now am like wanting to make sure my friends are okay. So I look back down my long rifle at the boat, and I see Liddy and Riven with a blue coat on their ship, and so I start taking aim at the blue coat.
You're the blue coat, Rick.
I mean, that's completely fair.
Yeah,
you've been having your own deals.
I play dead. I go, oh, you got me. And then I fall over on the boat, and
I'm like, hey, thumbs up, good job, y'all. I guess we'll figure out what happened to Talker later.
Oh man. Okay, so I assume you rejoin your friends.
Yeah, I prowl my way off of the roof because I imagine other people are now going to be looking for me as well, and I prowl my way out of that district.
Yep, we all hook up on the boat and we take off.
Okay.
Yep.
So
we have a new boat now.
Yeah, you take the boat back to your headquarters. You've got a stolen police boat, and you don't necessarily have a place to hide it.
Yeah.
Can paint it later.
You can put it in the waterfall, but that's gonna fill it up. Okay, so to summarize, y'all got the item that was in the safe. You got the information from the mechanical frog. You have a police boat, and you seem to have escaped for the most part. Now, you made a lot of blue coats angry. So we'll have to talk about that if we return to Blades in the Dark about the consequences, because you definitely were seen by many blue coats.
Yeah, but most of them got killed.
It happens. Many of them did. Not necessarily a feather in your cap when some of them get away to talk about it, though. So
We'll
you make it back to your
silence
theater,
them,
though. And so let's divvy out some XP before we end here. I figure this will be the end of the session here. So I would say everybody at least gets 1 XP. I will allow you to determine where that fell with what you did this session. But in terms of you addressed a challenge with based on your abilities, because all of you did. I would say that there were some desperate actions that were taken. I would say that definitely, I want to call you Atlas. Wester, you definitely get 1 XP for the Devil's Bargain broken nose situation that you desperately took.
Okay.
I would say, I think that, what else? I think that perhaps the disguise behind the smoke screen is pretty desperate, and I think that fits pretty well.
I think I desperately wrecked a table.
Yeah,
You did.
What I would say about that one for you is I would say you definitely expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I feel like your character behaved as your character would, to the point of like the frustration that you felt when you couldn't get that thing to work. So I'd say you get a +1 XP for, yes, your table tantrum. And
once you divvy out everything, and then we'll talk about this.
And then Enna, is there anything that you felt like that you did that was desperate in action?
Trying to
row away.
To row away.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you furiously tried to row away.
Because she broke the paddles.
Yeah, I broke
the paddles
them.
in
Yeah.
doing so. Yes, we'll
right,
give you that
I'll
one. All right, so everybody gets +2 XP. Jazzy, what were you gonna say?
I have incurred enough stress to take 1 trauma.
Oh, you got to take a trauma.
Wow.
Okay.
Because not only did I do the arm wrestling, I wrecked the table, and then I also
with
did a
the
couple
acid,
extra.
or something with the smoke.
I don't know. There's a lot
Maybe.
of stuff here that says trauma next to it has like cold, haunted, obsessed, paranoid, reckless, soft, unstable, vicious. I don't know what all these things are. I just know I have a trauma.
Yes, and that's why I'm going to go and pull up the trauma table. At this point, I think y'all can go ahead and start talking to chat if you want to, because most of this is like admin type stuff.
Well, I was curious.
And I'll look at this.
Beyond the desperate actions, there's some other things that can reflect XP as well. Dealing with challenges and violence, expressing your beliefs, as well as struggling with your vices. And I was curious if
So I think that because you engaged in your vices in the
previous,
in the what do you call the downtime phase,
okay.
I don't think that counts.
Okay.
Because you were de-stressing and you failed on your de-stress roll. Now, if your gambling had gotten in the way of other stuff, or Enna, I think you could take an XP for gambling to get your boat.
Fair, yeah.
I think that was, you came out of it ahead, but you engaged in your vice. And so I think you should also take 2 stress alongside that.
Okay.
So, Jazzy, the trauma conditions. Cold, you are not moved by emotional appeals or social bonds. Haunted, you're often lost in reverie, reliving past horrors and seeing things. Obsessed, you're enthralled by one thing, an activity, a person, an ideology. You're obsessed. You are now obsessed with acid.
Okay.
You are so obsessed with it because of that whole experience that you had.
I think don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right,
I'm
cool.
obsessed.
Yeah. So just whenever acid is mentioned, whenever acid could be used, you just
I'm gonna go for it.
It's all you see. Yeah.
So I clear my stress slate then.
Yes, and you add 1 tick in the trauma, and then circle obsessed.
Obsessed. Yep, got it.
I want it to be known that, like, I've taken harm and whatnot, but I don't think in this entire 2 sessions that we've done now, I've ever taken stress. Not even a single point.
Really?
You know,
How have you
and
not?
it's because he's constantly going around buying new clothes.
Well, he's actively trying to do the opposite, which is overindulge.
Yes.
All right. Well, good stuff. Thank you so much, Bryce, for being DM there.
Yeah, this was fun.